Welcome back. Ready to grab some easy points? Let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're dissecting the official Edexcel GCSE Mathematics Higher Tier Paper 2. Specifically, we're zeroing in on exactly how to secure all 3 marks for Question 9 using the official mark scheme rules.
There's our target, Question 9. It just sits right there on the page, looking pretty unassuming, right? But hey, that is a solid block of 3 marks up for grabs. We've got the prompt, we've got the space, so let's get down to business.
So, here's the actual question. Expand and simplify x plus 7 times x minus 2 times x plus 3. Just 3 linear brackets. It seems straightforward enough, but we're going to literally dissect the chronological process of solving this step by step to see exactly what the examiners are hunting for.
Okay, first up, earning M1, the first expansion.
Now you actually have 3 completely distinct paths to kick off this problem. It depends entirely on which 2 brackets you decide to multiply together first. You could tackle the first 2, the last 2, or even the first and the third. The cool thing is, the mark scheme is totally built to accommodate whichever workflow you prefer.
Check these out. These are the 3 acceptable initial quadratic products taken straight from the official examiner document. If you went with the first 2 brackets, x plus 7 and x minus 2, the examiner wants to see x squared minus 2x plus 7x minus 14. If you jump to the second and third brackets instead, they're looking for x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. And if you expanded the outer ones, the first and third, they want x squared plus 3x plus 7x plus 21. Any of those works.
But here's the absolutely crucial part. The mark scheme has this built-in leniency rule for the M1 criteria. It literally states you earn the mark for 3 out of 4 terms correct or 4 correct terms ignoring signs. Honestly, huge sigh of relief, right? It means a tiny sign error, like accidentally throwing in a plus instead of a minus when you're rushing, won't immediately torpedo your first point. As long as the math terms themselves are sound, you're good.
Oh, and there's a really interesting special note here too. If you just went right ahead and simplified your first expansion, say combining the x plus 7 and x minus 2 brackets straight into 5x minus 14, the examiners actually instructed to count that as having 3 correct terms. So even if you partially simplified it or skipped writing out the raw 4-term expansion altogether, you still snagged that M1 mark. Pretty neat.
Moving right along, earning M2 complete expansion. For this next mark, the official phrasing requires a complete method to obtain all terms, half of which are correct. But pay close attention to the bit in parentheses, F'd their first product. That F'd stands for follow-through. Basically, the examiner is going to judge your next steps based on whatever quadratic product you came up with in step 1, even if you made a little mistake earlier. They're rewarding your method.
So let's say you take your simplified initial quadratic, x squared plus 5x minus 14, and multiply it by that remaining linear expression, x plus 3. That gives you a big, unsimplified 8-term sequence. The mark scheme wants to see all of it before you combine anything. X cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 7x squared minus 6x plus 21x minus 14x minus 42. Laying out an 8-term sequence like that, that is how you lock down the M2 mark.
Now, there are a few caveats to get that follow-through credit. Your first product absolutely must be a quadratic, and it's got to have at least 3 terms. But, and this is a major win, it doesn't have to be simplified. Better yet, it could even be simplified incorrectly. Crazy, right? As long as you take that validly structured quadratic and correctly multiply it by the final bracket, that M2 mark is yours. It's all about the method here.
All right, the final stretch, earning A1, the final accuracy mark.
Okay, so this is where the examiner stops being so nice. The leniency, gone. The mark scheme uses cow here, which means correct answer only. So unlike the method marks, where they give you follow-through points and ignored minor sign errors, this final accuracy mark is super strict. No partial credit. The final simplified polynomial must be spot on.
And here it is, the one, the only, definitive correct answer you need to nail that final mark. X cubed plus 8x squared plus x minus 42. If you've got that written clearly on your answer line and you showed the valid method to get there, boom, you've just bagged all 3 marks for question 9.
And that's the whole shebang. We've broken down the exact steps, looked at all the acceptable products, and traced the complete method needed to max out your points. So, with this kind of inside baseball strategy in your back pocket, what complex 3-mark equation are we going to tackle next?